Yabba dabba doo, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Peace Dealer. And yeah, welcome to your Mars and Aquarius transit talk for 2024. Oh yes. I will be breaking down, as you see, this very funky Mars transit. M. Night Shyamalama Lama 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 to you all. Okay. I want to make this one a little bit special because oh God, let me see that. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I'm not a Libra or an Aquarius, so I don't have my own like theme music. I'm not a Leo, so I don't have like a soundtrack playing. So I have to do it. They tell Gemini to just get your own. All right, guys, I'm gonna break down this transit, and I'm gonna do my best to bring you up to speed. I don't think any of you don't know this. I'm not saying anything that you don't already know. I hope that this serves as like confirmation. But do you know we are about to enter probably one of the dopest wars ever? 6 months. Who remembers 6 months ago when I was mentioning that we're going to enter the eclipse, where we're going to enter the South Node Libra eclipse, and that's the road to warfare, and like, you might see countries start to get into altercations. Don't be surprised. It's just the end of the world, and we're just about to enter a ridiculous ton of wars. And of course, around that period, Israel had just, declared war during that time. Well, we are, of course, about to step into the Aries eclipse. And I want to really just bring you up to speed to the significance of Mars. Mars takes 2 years to go around the zodiac. So, oh my God, it's 2024. And 2020, it was there. 2022 was the last time it's there. And now it's back. Okay. I'm going to do my best to express this and Mars and Pisces, that personally everything that we are about to experience during this cycle is the climax, culmination, and effect of everything that activated 2020. We're getting ready to liberate ourselves. We're actually not screwed. I'm going to keep making that joke. That's not a joke. It's like we're a hot potato generation. But like, yeah. So don't be alarmed. You might experience very, very extraordinary extremes here that we may not have experienced since 248 years collectively, but it's okay. All right. As you see the world burning around you, it's not going to burn. It's just going to end and go out very sad, but not the actual planet itself, who's probably been facilitating and waiting for a reset of global quality, which is probably not even the fifth time the Earth has seen something like this happen. But of course, our lifespans that are like of a blink of an eye, this might be novel to us. Anyway, it is what it is. All right. Congratulations. For some reason, you are alive. Okay. Like a lot of people have died, period, but specifically majorly over the past 5 years. So, like, that is just one concept you kind of want to meditate on. Like, you're alive. I think it's something that we might take for granted because of the hustle and bustle of the ease of efficiency and economization of, I just wanted to say that word, of everything. But like, yeah, like, you're alive. And I just wanted to share that because if this was a loading screen, the screen is done loading, and I'm going to kind of explain to you the phase of this. I want you to see how Saturn is in Pisces right now. And when Mars goes into Pisces, that's what's going to really activate this happenings of happenings. Okay. This is what's going to really kick this off en route for now. Mars and Aries, like, these are the soldiers making their move. I'm not going to really do any mundane astrology and try and predict war because we've been at war, but like, if you think about the potential of secret agents invading even this country or certain countries to prepare for a launch and a full-scale invasion, um yeah, just know the alien invasion isn't coming from above. It's coming from within. I will keep saying it's coming from down below. It's coming from within, but like, it is what it is. All right. Now, is this anything that you should actually be afraid of? I mean, the fog that has been keeping the collective blinded through false narratives that some of you have seen through, have been canceled or silenced for saying anything about, is going to dissipate. And that might be a shock where people start to realize, oh, this is what's been happening the whole time and it's too late to react to any of it. But like, it's cool. Adaptation is the most important thing that I think this is going to really break through. And thankfully, personally, this cycle for you is completing an awakened knowledge of your power. I want you to see this, etch this in. We're starting this Mars transit on Pluto, which I just have to really establish is nuts, is ridiculously nuts, and is a wowzer sauce. Yes, I made that word up. So, yeah, okay. Before we go into this transit, I need to show you how significant it really is. So, check this out. Let's go back to 4 years ago. And the reason why we want to do this by 4 years is because we, of course, as I'm teaching you through these like videos, there's phases through each of these planets. So let's go to the beginning of the apocalypse cycle. The apocalypse cycle actually officially began March 21st, 2020. 0 degrees Aries. And this is where we had that initial conjunction with the four horsemen of the apocalypse: death, pestilence, war, and famine. Jupiter in its fall in Capricorn. This is established every time Jupiter has been in Capricorn. The S&P index has fallen. It reaches a peak in its dignity here. Can't make this up. 2019 and 12 years before that, boom, then it falls. And it just so happens this manufactured plan, this just unfortunate sequence of events that was totally not planned and created by certain people or made up in any way, because that would just be a dumb conspiracy theory. And we don't want to make dumb conspiracy theories. This event right here, okay, was the first time Mars, okay, in over 30 years conjuncted Saturn in Capricorn. Very powerful stuff. And we want to look at this because a transit like this happens in 4 phases. So what you see is Mars in Capricorn is not just Mars in Capricorn on Saturn. Okay. You have Mars in Air, and this can go for any planet. You have Mars in Aries, Taurus, Gemini. That's the activation. Then you have Mars in Cancer, Leo, Virgo. We start to take the activated action and socially integrate it. Okay. Then you have Mars in Libra, Scorpio, Sag. We now break through. We start to harvest, okay, the nature of these actions. And that's what brings us to Mars in Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. It's the final step. It's the final step, the conclusion of the program. Okay, the conclusion. Okay, it's at a collective level. Okay, it's taking what you activated, you're completing the harvest of it, you're exalting these actions with the discipline of what you may have started recklessly on, blah, 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 jargon, good. Okay, so I wanted to show you this right here, the significance of 2020 being that reset point, being that collective action, starting and activating the apocalypse, the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, these 4 planet conjunctions. So a lot of what we are experiencing now is the effects of this activation. This is what everything culminated for. The audacity for Aries to start its new year. That's how much the planets were like, fuck this bullshit. Like the new year 2020 started off with the apocalypse. Like, bring it in, we about to end this bitch. And it totally wasn't manufactured and organized by elites who have been planning this for years, because that's just preposterous. Who really believes that? Okay, so with that being said, why this is very important is that's how it started. Now we know Mars takes 2 years to go around. And this is very, very, very key, because we can track a lot of the events by what this god of war has been activating. You want to be starting something, got to be starting something. What do you think it's doing when it goes around the zodiac? It's sparking conflicts and mediating it too. I'm not saying it's a good or bad thing. Some people will tell you it's a malevolent force and Saturn is Satan. I'm not here to bring in bullshit mythology and religion. I'm giving you the science. Okay, this is it. So let me show you, what is it that happened during this period when Mars activated this apocalypse cycle. I know some of you may not want to see it as an apocalypse cycle. It is what it is. So here we go. We know that the fucking world shut down. Okay, I was supposed to be social that year. I was gonna finally go out the house, and the world told me to take my ass inside. I'm sorry. I'm having PTSD. I'm having traumatic memories, but it's cool. Okay. Before the quarantine radio, this is what happened when the apocalypse cycle had sparked. All right. I thought that I was about to live my life. My dumbass was wrong. All right. It is what it is. So that's what happened last time. But it's cool. It doesn't end there. Because if we keep moving, we know one thing about Mars Taur is that it retrograded in Aries during the 2020 arc. And then 2022, it retrograded in Gemini during that arc. Okay. So why is this important? We know that cardinal action, everything that's going to happen through the Pisces arc, started Cap. And why am I mentioning this? 2020 was Cap, 2022 was Aqua, 2024 is Pisces. This is the final part of the arc. Once we come back around 2025, 2026, it's a brand new arc. When is it going to come back around? 2026. It's a brand new arc. When Mars comes back around on Saturn, 2026. And what I'm showing you are the Mars-Saturn cycles. Given that Mars takes 2 years to go around the zodiac, every 2 years it hits Saturn, signs that contract. You're talking about Saturn and the god of war. Okay, this is crazy. I'm going to touch on Pluto here because that's also a thing. The Hades and the god of war meeting together can never be a good thing. And that is me judging. And I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, but I mean, let's just be honest. Okay. But that's just a vague inference that can mean whatever. But, let me just let your imagination do what it wants to do. But this is very crazy, guys. I'm trying to let you know how insane what we're about to experience is. So we started this 2020. Okay, cool. That's cool. Let's fast forward to a year. Mars finished its retrograde, of course, in Aries. And bam, we're back, baby. Boom. Mars meets with Saturn, of course, in Aquarius. That means it met earlier in Capricorn. Okay, we had the conjunction in Capricorn. And then boom, baby. This was the fated contract while Jupiter was ending the cycle. Okay. And this was where we did part 2 of the 3-part contract. So everything that we had activated or was activated that influenced the entire world. It's like a series of decisions were made during 2020 that impacted the entire world. I wonder what that could be. Anyway, the results of that were now reactivated 2022. This was the second cycle. Well, what happened 2022 outside of certain people being given a passport and you couldn't travel or do certain things if you didn't get certain thing injected in you? But like, yeah, what else happened? Well, let's see. Check, peep this game. Peepeth this gameth right here. Okay. This is not going to shock you, but it's interesting. I just think it's funny that this was around the period that Russia invaded Ukraine. It's almost as if Russia sensed with their psychic senses biolabs being created in a neighboring country, and they had to just do something about it. I don't know. I really don't know. So this is it. We know that Russia invaded Ukraine, and the Russia-Ukraine arc is just about to wrap up, if you get what I mean. If you catch my drift. It's finally happening. It's finally happening. I didn't have enough time. Spirit told me to go into the mountains. My spirit guides were like, man, why are you still in civilization? It's 2023. You need to get in the mountains. It's not about to be safe out here. And I didn't understand what they were talking about. And now I'm starting to see what they mean. I'm not trying to like share a fear message. There's nothing scary about this. If the concept of war is actually exciting to you, this is going to be really awesome. But like, this is really interesting because we do see that Russia invaded Ukraine, and the Russia-Ukraine arc has been happening for 2 years. Wait, hold on. So you mean to tell me the last time that they came through, it activated this conflict? So what do we see right now? Well, we see that Mars is getting ready to conjunct Saturn coming into Aries season. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Mark your goddamn calendars. Okay? Mark your goddamn calendars, guys. Post new moon in Aries. You have until April 10th. I'm not even going to play with you. Okay. I need you to mark your calendar. You have until April 10th, 2024. This is when the final part of this series is going to activate. And it's important for you to understand Capricorn initiated the action. Aquarius strengthened it, created the knowledge, and now we're getting ready to experience everything that was planned in Capricorn. You have until here. This is where the next conflict is going to begin. And let me give you a sneak peek of what that might look like. Okay. Let's see what this says. The world is likely facing a more dangerous decade as military spending rises and tensions soar across the globe, according to a new report from the IISS. Okay. The ongoing wars in Ukraine and Gaza indicate military powers could evoke a might is right approach to pursue claims which will lead to increased defense ties from democracies. I can't believe we even have all these words to explain these things. So like, yes. Okay. I'm just using one article to give you the impression that anything serious may come of these issues. But I feel that with showing you this during the eclipse, by the way, showing you this with the patterns will let you know it's happening. I just wanted to let you know it's happening. That's it. By the time we step there, it's happening. That's going to this might increase. This is also an election year we're going through. So you need to understand everything that you can imagine, everything Saturn that we can imagine, Pisces, Saturn and Pisces, that is going to happen this year. Boom. Just want to make sure we're clear. That's why I was just carefully crafting these receipts. I didn't want to say too much, but there you go. 2020 brought, of course, the pandemic. 2022, Ukraine was invaded by Russia. This is it. This is the climb. This is going to bring the full totality, and then we're going to reset 2 years from now, 2026, when we start a new cycle in Aries. This is it. 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 Okay. The mutable nature of Pisces indicates a happening. So this is what's going to blossom in tying together all of the actions and karma of what was happening in 2020. This is what's going to bring it all together. Okay. So knowing that we have this date looming ahead of us, the thing that I want to bring your attention to is now the Mars Pluto cycle, because us kind of starting this on Hades is crazy. This is crazy. This is what's going to I mean, we did have this twice before, 2020 and 22 in Capricorn. So now kind of going through this in Aquarius is extremely sexual. So just keep that in mind, especially if you have experienced at an unconscious level a much stronger sexual appetite or desire. That is by design. You have been prepared to actually integrate this for years prior. So this is getting ready to step into a new era. Some of you may not know why you're freaky as AAF right now, even in the simplest of desires, like the way you might even desire food. And then some of you know you freaky. So this is just like, wow, this is a lot more than I'm used to. So it is what it is. But outside of that, okay, Mars is the god of war and it indicates sex. So this is why I wanted to talk about war, because uh that's definitely set to be I don't even like to really talk about that, but that's why I just wanted to mention it, because being conscientious about that, achoo, is definitely going to make sense of why it's all going down. It's all going down. By the time we come into March, April, this is going to bring you into the experience of, oh, wow, it's happening. This is like collectively everyone being like, wow, I guess it's really happening. And then April, May is, oh, wow, okay, we're really having to do something about it. Can you believe that? It's like in a few months. All right, anyway, everything that activates April is going to really harvest to where we're seeing the effects really in society September, which makes, of course, obviously, the spring and fall the most heated part of this year. And we know the elections is happening in fall. So we're due for a very dramatic and chaotic year, guys. And it's only February. March is about to be insane. And now what I want to really bring you down through this is Mars is completing the 270-degree angle to this planet right here, Jupiter and Uranus. Okay, say it with me. Jupiter and Uranus. That's Zeus and his Greco-Roman grandfather. Don't ask me why planets have grandparents, but yes, okay, that means what you have sowed, you're going to reap. And this transit and the transit next month, in completing this knowledge of understanding, oh wow, this is where I brought my power to, is going to be instrumental in helping you understand how fucked you are or how victorious you will be. This is non-ironically going to also be linked to how successful your I Told You So tour, part 1 in Libra season, 2 in Scorpio season, and 3 in Sagittarius season was. Okay. I believe in you. I believe in you. Okay. It is going to be brutal, but see, the reason why I want to really do this transit talk is you're going to realize, as brutal as this year and next year may be, you have leveled up so much. It's not the same. And so Mars in Aquarius is a knowledgeable completion of a cycle that you, of course, through the last year and a half kicked in, which is going to see you literally basking into the extraordinary nature of how much stronger you've become. Mars in Pisces is going to have you literally experience this. And then as you go through Aries, activate through the eclipse, you're going to be activating this power that you're literally harnessing right now. And that's why I wanted to show you, of course, this Pluto cycle is an awakening of this power. Venus, of course, has gone through this too. Mars on Pluto is the first awakening of this power to where you're actively knowing what your power is. Your knowledge of power before was more based on unconscious influences that you had to deduce inductively or deductively through experience just to gain a bit of crumbs. This hits different. You're online. This is like now gaining knowledge from your higher self and coming into crystal clarity. And this is an era of these cycles since 2008 that we've had in Capricorn, that now over the next 20 years to 2044, we're going to have an Aquarius every 2 years. So really bask in this, because this is the very first Mars Aquarius that we're having. And now this is awakening the supernatural energy of your power. This presupposes that there is a natural physicality and physical nature to your power and physiology that you are awakening the grounding for since 2008, that we are only just now extremely shifting gears towards. Namely, everything that you have been awakening in your potential to do more extremely, you're coming into knowing exactly what that is. And I want you to really carry that moving forward. That's the most important thing about this Mars Aquarius transit. This is going to harvest when Mars is in Leo and or Cancer opposite, coming into maybe a year from now, a year and a half from now, since Mars does move a bit slower. Okay. So there's that. Just wanted to make that very clear. All right. We're awakening that. And then the next thing I'm going to show you are the squares. All right. But before I show you that, I do want to make sure you are all aware that if you go down to the link in the description box below, I do have this snapshot of transit report. Okay. I have 15 spots available. If you use the discount code MARS, you will get it 50% off for those of you who would like a personal. Oops, did I even show you that? I didn't. Okay, let me do that again. For those of you who would like a personal interpretation of said Mars transit. Okay. You'll see this in the description box below. There are 15 spots, and the first 10 to, of course, use the discount code will get it half off. All right. So yeah, with that being said, let's talk about this transit. And the first part about this transit is the supernatural awakening of your power. Okay, now that we've reached past here, I know some of you have felt this before. All right, I'm gonna be completely honest. Psychic interference. I am might it might be irresponsible of me to just blame a lack of action on psychic interference that's not necessarily specific enough to really pin on anybody breathing for real, but it's really convenient. So I'm going to do it. Psychic interference didn't necessarily allow me to kind of explain more the nature of these powers, but now they've awakened so that I don't really have to worry about getting in random car accidents or any kind of shadow agents trying to take my life, because now our power is awakened collectively. And what do I mean by that? Now that we have reached this Mars threshold, you are awakening the extreme quality of energy of this power. It's like everything you did up until now was taking your raw physical power to take yourself psychologically beyond what you think you can do and achieve. Now we're just adding supernatural sauce to it with this power and in your character that, of course, you've stepped into. But this is now the higher knowledge of this. This supernatural awakening of power is as such: supernatural Aquarius, awakening Pluto, power Mars. Supernatural Aquarius, awakening Pluto of power. All right, our heart follows suit, and our brain and our spirit as well. So I do want you to really, really, really contemplate how, science, postmodern science, looks at this as science fiction. We are officially headed into unexplored, uncharted territory. And this is where you don't need to read a book. You don't necessarily need to watch a webinar. You don't need to go to a seminar. You're the one teaching other people this. The amount of supernatural activity I've learned just from talking to you guys, just from having real conversations with you guys, just from experiencing it and testing it with you guys is marvelous to me. Okay. So that's the very first thing I want to really establish. Everything that you've experienced from this date here, February 14th, is important for you to understand, is awakening the supernatural quality of your power, because this is what's going to complete how much effort, desire, and action you have activated it since the conjunction in Taurus, which I feel like now I kind of have to show. Basically, what am I referencing? I am referencing, where was it a year ago? Let's see. Damn, you can't be serious. So yeah, I'm basically referencing, yeah, because it was retrograde, wasn't it? Wasn't it? Wasn't it? Yeah, it was retrograde. It was retrograde. Okay, so yeah, basically, um, given the retrograde in Gemini, which is very important because that's what did a whole lot to reevaluate what our power is, the thinking behind your power. Mars and Gemini brought to your realization end of 2022 that certain things you do that you think are nothing were actually you. Certain things you facilitate that you thought, oh, that was just a coincidence, or oh, that was God. No, motherfucker, that was you. Okay, like you got the power. You got the power. Okay, that was a very important period. So boom, we had this activation. Okay, we had this activation with Uranus, and everything we activated mid of 22, we have now completed in the harvest. Boom. This is it right here. You see this 11-degree square to Jupiter? Good. So that's the first part. Shout out to Jax. That is the first part of this reading. All right. I showed you where the transit started. So if we go back once again 2 weeks ago, up until now, February 14th, Valentine's Day. Shout out to the ladies, Valentine's Day, right? The moon, we had just had the new moon in Aquarius. We activated this cycle, right? Okay. And now from that new moon, we are harvesting the full moon in Vega. Okay. So peep game from 0 degrees all the way up until now, where Mars is squaring Jupiter. Okay. That entire period was you awakening supernatural power. And I don't necessarily mean abilities, I mean the quality of your raw power, and everything you could do physically has been awakened at a supernatural quality, a collective process that happens to all life over 248 years, hypothetically, let's just say for that example. So I showed you how July of 2022, you activated that conjunction with Jupiter in Aries, and that has now gone from 0 degrees in Aries to 270 degrees from 2022 up until now, baby. This is today. You need to celebrate. This right now, this is cause for celebration. And guess where this is happening? While Saturn and Mercury and the Sun are signing a contract with Pisces. Oh my God. This is it. This is the completion part of the phase where you start to experience, like, I had 3 synchronicities using my psychic abilities in ways that are now more aware. And the beautiful thing about it is Pluto is still 1 degrees Aquarius. So there's still so much more for me to learn. But compared to what we just completed, it's a lot more certain. It's not like I'm hitting or missing. And like I've experienced this, you have most definitely been experiencing this too. And we just really need to, acknowledge this growth and development, because at this stage, from 0 degrees to 11 degrees was the initial charging. Leo is the source energy. And when you plug something into the source, it converts to electricity. Well, this is you gaining knowledge, gaining electricity in a clear, cognizant way that has you act outside of the box. How did you experience this? Increased energy, increased sexual appetite, more certainty, higher knowledge of what's occurring. And I just kind of want to establish this because it doesn't have to mean that you're just flying out of windows, even though some of you are. Talk to Kevin Gates. He's charging, car batteries, but he's an Aquarius. He's a celestial. He doesn't go. But like, yes, okay, they're supernatural beings. But other than that, you feel me? This is it. Now, if you want to hack, just find an Aquarius sun. Find an aqua moon or rising, but find an Aquarius sun. Pretend that you're talking to them about anything. They literally just exude supernatural energy. And like that'll help charge your energy. Like you'll walk away seeing synchronicities. They'll tie some to you. Some of them might know that you're just using them for their energy, but hey, they could probably get a conversation from you. But that's the greatest hack I can give to you through Mars and Aquarius. Don't do this during when it's in Pisces. Pisces is very tricky and they won't even know how they're trolling you. But Aquarius is cool, B. Aquarius is really the coolest zodiac sign. They really don't give a fuck. Plus, they probably might have manifested it, so they'll use you in a way. But Aquarius is really cool. Like they're the sign that like even if like you even if they know you're trying to use them, they don't even care. They're one of the only few signs that are cool like that. So, you know what I'm saying? Giving them an offering, you know what I'm saying? Bring like their favorite food or like talk to them about something they like to do. Anything that gives you an excuse to be in their presence, whether they're talking to you or you're just in their presence. The greatest Mars and Aquarius hack that I can give you. Aqua risings and aqua moons you could try, you know what I mean? The aqua rising or moon may not necessarily have something, but like yeah, B, it's the best way to exploit to connect with Aquarius, and their sun will literally they're literally gonna put you on to knowledge, and they won't even know they're doing it. They won't even know it's exactly what you needed to hear. So like it's amazing hack, boom. Okay, straight like that. If you do it right, they won't even mind that you're using it or you're connecting with them. They're just gonna be like, oh, okay, you brought my favorite food, or okay, you know what's up, and they'll put you on. They'll put you on. They really put you on. They'll really put you on. I swear to God. I swear to God. I swear to God. So if you want to know how to use your supernatural power and like talk to them about some shit that's even weirder than what they're used to, and then they'll just do their Aquarius thing and correct you and be like, no, that's not how it is, and I know this, and I know that, and I know that. Once they start doing the no, and I know, just listen. Just listen. They're activating their power, and you just gonna get all the energy. That's now. I'm not an energy vampire or anything. I don't. You can't steal energy from Aquarius too. I know you're doing it, but like it's cool. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. Okay, that's if the Aquarius lets you. That's if they let you, because it's not even easy to do that. Like they can go ghost mid conversation, so it depends. They talked to me for 3 hours because we got a connection, but like it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. So yes, I just wanted to let you know that Drippy Gem will confirm this for me. It's no joke. If you don't really want to, if you this way, you don't need to apply all this jargon I'm saying. Just go hang out with them. And then once it moves into Pisces, you can be like, all right, bye. Or you can keep on hanging out with them. Now, don't do this with Pisces. I'm gonna warn you when Mars is in Pisces, don't do this hack with Pisces. You're gonna leave more confused than ever. Some of you might like that shit, like Scorpio, do what the fuck you want. But like, I'm just telling you, don't do that with Pisces. Pisces will somehow know you're doing it and completely troll the shit out of you. And you'll just be like, wait, what the fuck even happened? And like, it is what it is. Okay, but Aquarius, cool. All right. That being said, y'all, uh, us coming here to now brings in this 271-degree angle. This is so important. This is today. So from 0 to 11 degrees, what decan did we cover? Uranus. Mars going through the first decan of Aquarius innovates the quality of your action. This is you actively drawing on extra dimensional causal realm energy. And that's nothing physical. It's nothing that I can say, this means you're going to have this means you're going to have that. No, the effects of that we're going to start to experience. The second decan, of course, is Mercury. Mercury is what now takes this fucking genius energy you've downloaded And Elzai, I'm a third decan Gemini. Yeah, third decan Geminis were sub-ruled by Uranus. So we're the geniuses of the Geminis. We're also the craziest Geminis out of all of the Geminis, but we're the revolutionary Geminis. You're gonna see us at the sit-ins. You know what I'm saying? But like we're gonna say the shit that like no one else wants to say, but we're gonna fucking say it. My bad. I'm so sorry. But like, yes, the second decan of Aquarius is Mercury. So this is going to now wrap around this innovation and process it, Mercury, through our brains. So this is gonna start making sense. And while we're here, guess what's happening? We went from awakening on Pluto to completion of the harvest. This 271 degree, okay, no, Sun Goku, second decan Gemini is Venus, but I'm talking about second decan Aquarius. Second decan Aquarius is Mercury. So this 271 degree is completing the harvest that we activated. Why is that important? We had Jupiter start a brand new evolution cycle, guys, April of 2023. And so this activation of the next cycle of our evolution, because it's not limited to just humanity, right? We are now based on the Mars cycle, because we activated our conscious here with the sun. We activated our heart there with Venus. And as you can see, Venus is also completed with Mercury, the transit as well. So, of course, we have our conscious awareness, the sun, and then we have our Mercury, our Venus, and then our Mars. All right. So we have evolved the quality of how powerfully that we take action and apply our superpowers to express our action. Your sun is your spirit, the magical abilities and your potential, whether magically immutable signs, powerfully in cardinal, or energetically in fixed signs. That's really more so your life force energy. Mercury is your capacity to process it, the prefrontal cortex that can now imagineer, engineer techniques that you think about. Venus is more so your heart, what you love. It's what's the intuitive intelligence of your consciousness that's going to really, key you in towards what you like. But it's Mars. Mars is the direct action output. This is seen in the Mars experiments. The most powerful punch in the UFC is held by someone, I think Mgao, I'm not sure if it's still him, but he has Mars and Capricorn, exalted. You know what I mean? Like Mars is, yeah, you might have all this talent, but how do you do it? How do you have sex? And how do you take this action? Yeah, you might have a very evolved sun sign consciousness, but if your Mars is in Aries or Taurus, you still take action childlike. It's going to still be reckless. It's still going to be, or there's a way you can integrate that with your consciousness, because everyone is different. All right. So when we're talking about power, it's important to factor Mars, because this is what's now having us take action off of everything we have already completed. If you look, Mars is the last planet here. Mars was leading the planets this year. Mars is the last planet here. So that means our consciousness minds, our brains, and our hearts have already completed the harvest, which means Mars means we're acting off this completion of harvest. And this Sun in Pisces transit is having you actively experience what that is beginning to look like. Congratulations. Okay. The actions you are taking here, square Jupiter, are actively evolving the physiology of the strengthened quality of how naturally and tangibly you can harness this supernatural energy. So it's not until right now. That's what I'm saying. Like this angle, while the moon is on the south node and we're starting this Kazemi, this is it. This is going to begin to completely engineer your own form of reality warping. The first facet of this is the 12th house angle to Mars and Venus to the sun. As you can see, Mars and Venus are almost balsamic to the sun right now. They are making a Pisces signature in that they're in the shadow of the sun. So you are not only awakening supernatural power that you have completed the harvest of evolving, how much more you can harness and take action off of, which sounds like every movie or anime concept you've ever read. Look at you, a living anime freaking character, right? But or a movie character. I know some of you have a camera crew following you, a TV character. That is already crazy enough to understand. But the Pisces signature of the unconscious is going to reveal to you, oh, by the way, you've awakened these powers, but you've always been using it. All you're awakening is a much stronger, more extraordinary quality of power you've been using since birth. So, this in unlocking this and completing the harvest is you now harnessing this energy. If this completion and angle of Jupiter and Mars happened in a mutable sign, like it probably will next year, but well, in 2 years, if this happened in a mutable sign, then it would be happening. If this happened in a cardinal sign, we would be taking action. This is in a fixed sign. So we're harnessing this energy. It is actively, I don't even want to say innovating, it is enhancing supernaturally the quality of this through the neural pathways that are being built, obviously, because these things don't happen just in one day. So just keep that in mind. Moving forward, not only is this what this is going to bring, but what we want to really practically and actively really acknowledge with with this square here is that through this harnessing and actions being taken, this is going to reveal to you every degree moving forward before we activate again in, of course, Gemini this time, where whenever Mars goes there, is that you were just unconscious of it. You are coming into a completion of the harvest of your energy and power in ways that reveal that unconscious actions you've taken were actually you using your abilities. And this is going to now step you into conscious at will utilization and knowledge of this extreme awakening. A lot of advanced controversial concepts. Now, here's the thing, because Uranus is also a part of this square, now Jupiter is actively enhancing the grounded quality with which you can harness more electricity, with which you can harness more quick, instantaneous movement of your brain processing. Now, of course, processing in Pisces metaphysical phenomena. So let's move forward, because moving forward from tomorrow, we're stepping into March. And as you know, Mars will inevitably, as the moon finishes the third quarter square, and shout out to Jax Atlantis, y'all. Hit up his channel on Instagram. He really does the aspects super dope, and he's also offering a course. I'm gonna have him on this channel soon so he could talk about it. He's really dope with the aspects. What I'm doing is a lot more basics. He gives you more intermediate and advanced, but like, yeah, I want you to see how the moon is going to be in Aquarius on Mars, and by the time we have the new moon, we're having the 270-degree angle with Mars and Uranus. Okay. So the reason why this is very significant is today to March 9th. From today to March 9th, we are completing the Jupiter harvest. And then March 9th, we're officially completing the Uranian harvest. So we're awakening from the beginning of the transit to now. This is strengthening the energy. The square to Jupiter is expanding from now until March 9th, moving forward, how much we can realistically do to this completion harness. And now Uranus square this. Uranus, which rules Aquarius, is a very unconventional understanding auto nervously of supernatural energy and energy period. So these advanced concepts that realistically may take one years to really know, because if you think about what I'm telling you, you're consciously being revealed the definition of your own will and your ability to take action, awakening at supernatural levels bordering on science fiction and fantasy, that you are having real life experiences through synchronicities that align these occurrences to help you understand more the metaphysical nature of existence even beyond reality. That was a mouthful. This square with Uranus is having you instantly understand and download these concepts just like that. Just like that. Okay. So by the time we step to March 9th and we're coming into this new moon in Pisces, Mars is the last planet, as you can see, to finish the harvest. Everything after March 9th is preparing for the new seeds and the new activation to be born. Post March 9th, when the Mars on in Pisces, boom, the final effect. Then Mars is going to go over the eclipse. Then Mars is going to go over Uranus and Taurus. So that's the next 2-year round of activations. So that's what you want to see this as. You're not you're not learning to do anything new. You're not activating new power. You're completing the harvest of that. And of course, since this is physical, extra dimensional, since this is extra dimensional energy harvest physically, which means you're feeling physically energy coming from outside this realm. That's science fiction, but not right. This is what's going to give you an instant downloadable understanding. All right. It's auto nervous. So it's not like you read it in a book and you just know. It's not like a book smart knowledge. It's an intuitive body understanding that unconscious to you, you have been building in your neural pathways for years. And this, if anything, is what's going to just have it feel like, oh, I just suddenly get it. A lot of suddenly get it feelings. And yeah, I'm so glad that does resonate because it's not easy to put into words. And that's really going to be a huge theme moving through Aquarius and Pisces. So, anyway, that's really up everything up until March 9th. Okay. And moving forward, once we get into now the third decan, subruled by Venus, the first decan of Uranus is innovation. So everything up until now, if you've been aware of it or not, has been influencing you to go a higher level of how you take action. That's going to feel frustrating because you're innovating what you used to do, which is now obsolete. Mercury now processes how to communicate it, how to make sense of it. And now this final Venus decan polishes it. Now that we've innovated it and we've now perfected it, how can we now make it look beautiful? How can we make it pop? That's my interpretation of this Venus decan. With Venus here, by the way, who's about to get exalted. She argues in Aquarius and then she has her dream in Pisces. Okay. So like, there you go. This is definitely, first of all, bringing Mars to a peak energy. And you want to really just see this as setting straight very powerfully the higher knowledge, the full knowledge, the extreme, extraordinary knowledge and quality, the supernatural quality at its peak of what you're getting ready to fully experience, as this will produce a divine effect going into Pisces. All right. And Venus will be on Saturn. Okay. So there you go. All right. It's interesting that the third decan of Mars is going to span from the new moon in Pisces to the moon in, of course, Leo, which is almost a full opposition. So it's good to see the moon Mars cycles so that, thank you, Adele, you get an understanding of how you will feel during each phase. And yeah, now that we've gotten the math, or now that we got the math out the way, ooh, oh, now that we got the math out the way, I just wanted to really share that so that you're more aware than ever of the necessity of how uniquely this is going to impact you versus other people, because all I'm speaking about are more objective and collective influences that'll affect everyone. And it's space meteorology, right? So it's like I'm saying it's going to rain, right? But now I can't tell you, and this is where this is this divination mentalist aspect that some people could get with this. Oh, this planet in here means you're going to get married and this is a great period. Like, I can tell you stuff like that within reason, but realistically, just because it rains, you decide what you're going to do. Some people may decide, I'm not going to wear a raincoat. You might decide, I'm going to wear an umbrella. So all we're doing as astrologers is just letting you know, hey, it's about to freaking hailstorm in this bitch. But like, the moment I start doing psychic shit, then I'm starting to do psychic shit. And people keep on blurring the lines. So that's what I wanted to let you know. The weather, the zodiac weather to this is you are completing a power harvest. You are coming into the knowledge that you are more powerful than you could have ever imagined. You are being guided towards knowing exactly what this power is, and you're getting ready to experience the full potential of it before you activate brand new cycles. That should mean you should be feeling like that dude or that lady. I was gonna say that bitch. Okay, it is what it is. That's how you should be feeling. You are coming into a peak of your harvest. This is what you put in. So if you don't like what you did, then it's what you sowed. That's what you're reaping. And this will just help you come back around to hit it harder. This is it. And the importance of really establishing that this is it is this is well earned. This is well deserved. This is going to really heighten your senses like never before, as basically if the awakening of your superpowers and God power since 2020 was internal and then it went mental, this is what's going to bring it out physically, right? Before Uranus was in Aries, Pluto was in Capricorn, you were going through these crazy awakenings, tower moments that really brought you within your core and had you deal with your shadow. Then 2022, it started to congregate mentally, work on your mental body. And now it's blossoming with Uranus and Taurus and Jupiter and Taurus physically. This is what's going that's why I'm saying it's not like you never had this power. It's just you're able to harness it. For example, amazing skit that I've seen recently, the printing press was invented. The Cottonburg gin. Oh my God. The printing press was invented. The internet was invented. You know what I'm saying? The computer was invented. Electricity, fire, that was never invented. That was merely harnessed. At some point, humanity learned how to harness fire, right? At some point, civilization learned how to harness electricity. And in harnessing electricity, they didn't invent electricity. Electricity always existed. They learned how to create devices that could take the energy and amplify it. What if I told you your entire life have had this energy within the 13 trillion of cells that you have in your body, and you have mental energy, right? What if you have only harnessed this unconsciously in extreme moments of need or desire? What if now you have learned through your thoughts, which could be devices and programs, to harness that energy within that was latent and for the better half of most humanity untouched or untapped, and create techniques, jutsus, spells, right? Programs, because now we're in a postmodern society that says these are fantasy. So let's not call them magic spells. Let's call them programs. What if you could literally programming your brain, empowered and strengthened by energy, to now output programs and techniques through your imagination and thoughts, with the energy amplifying it to create magic, right? To actually take your power to the next level. And that is what this Mars in Aquarius is going to do. Mars in Pisces and the Saturn Pisces is going to open up more so of an understanding of what abilities and techniques. By the time we get into the Pisces energy, you're now deciding, oh, wow, I could use my imagination to create this experience, or I could literally manifest this with my thoughts. But Aquarius is you harnessing the energy, which enhances your brain function in order for you to do these techniques. And yeah, this is supernatural. I don't know what else to say. So the quality of how much power, determination, and grit you've put in is going to show you how much supernatural energy you have harvested, not going to harvest, have harvested, and will continue to harvest moving now. You know this because especially of how you wake up physically too. Some of you are waking up supernaturally. Okay. That is so true. But like, yeah, it's really dope. I think you have a lot to really thank yourself for concerning that. And yeah, yeah, this is where I'm gonna end the transit talk. Once again, for those of you who would like of course a reading about this, please feel free, of course, um to click the link in the description box below. You can get a snapshot transit report if you use, of course, the half off code Mars. You will get it 50% off. First 10 to do that. There's only 15 spots available. Let's see. So if any of you would like a live reading, you can also click the link below and I can interpret that in the chart. Someone said I don't do cards for the individual signs, so I'm gonna bring those back. Why not? Okay. Aries, Aries sun, Aries rising. What message do we have for you for this Mars and Aquarius transit? Okay. We do see the universe. The underlying theme here is graduation. You're coming into great fulfillment. And with the Two of Swords, this is definitely going to adjust your approach, enable you to not act too recklessly, and to, of course, apply a lot more intellect to how you feel about situations. If anything, it is somewhat of an initiation. I think you're going to be on the hush hush as far as like accomplishments you've made and not really be too open about sharing them. But yeah, Two of Swords very peaceful. Taurus, rising, sun, moon, progressed. Okay, underlying theme here is the Knight of Pentacles, establishing utility, experiencing or being a reliable and consistent friend in people's lives. And seeing that this is coming with the Knight of Swords is talking about a message, forward moving understanding, any narratives circulating in your head or information that you have needed is definitely going to either come to you or come from you. And I like the Knight of Pentacles here because it's not going to be up in the air. It's going to be, you're going to be finding out how to make practical this information. Of course, it doesn't have to be just one thing, but this could just represent the nature of information you're coming into that will enable you to move forward with ideas that you may have already been working on. All right. So Gemini, Gemini moon, Gemini rising, progressed Gemini. Let's go. Yes, underlying theme we have here is the Devil card. So this is definitely going to bring temptation, debauchery, the opportunity to divulge around you, looking into your shadow just to check to make sure you're not ruled by your flesh, but your spirit rules your flesh. And to see this with the Four of Swords, one is definitely talking about resting and really during this period coming into mental clarity. But when we see these two together, this is also no strings attached sex. And to see that Mars is a sexual card, something to keep in mind if it's definitely something you're wanting to overcome. That's hilarious. But like, yeah, just something to keep in mind. Cancer, we do see, okay, my underlying theme here, we have is the Eight of Cups. All right. Some of you may feel during this period it's time to walk forward to where your soul is calling you. You may be prepared to leave behind certain emotional investments, things that you have felt that you've held down, but is just no longer either worth it or it's just time to leave. All right. But of course, the card for you is the Ace of Swords. So this is going to probably be inspired by a powerful epiphany. Unlike Taurus, that's going to receive a message, this is a new idea from you, or this is you receiving a brand new idea that cuts the fog away. And I think that's what's going to influence, this decision for you to move forward or for you to leave. It is very much so the divine truth. So Leo. This could even be just like moving. All right. So we do have underlying theme here, the Eight of Cups. You also got this walking away, moving away, but this is with the Six of Wands. So Leo, you're coming into victory. It's interesting though, because the underlying theme with the Eight of Cups is definitely talking either about travel or you feeling like it's time to move away from something or to walk away from an abandoned success, something that didn't work out the way you may have wanted it to. But it's interesting to see this Leo card. This is Jupiter and Leo, the Lord of Victory. Leo and Sag are incarnations of victory. So Mars, which is going to be opposite your sun, is going to begin to harvest what started in Leo. And this is where leadership and you being in a position to really play to this adoration is going to just increasing your popularity. And I think it's a really interesting card. But that may require walking away from what no longer serves you. Virgo. Virgo. Oh my God. So we do have the Chariot. The underlying theme is that you're winning, you're making moves, and you just don't have time for bum broke bitches. And this is just going to enable you to maintain busyness. The underlying theme, I said what I said. You have no time for a bum broke bitch. The underlying theme here is saying that you're not giving into immediate gratification and you're going to maintain momentum. And seeing this with the Three of Swords is crazy because this is betrayal. This is backstabbing. This is people just lying to you. Who knows? Maybe you've seen it coming. So I feel like thankfully, as an underlying theme, you may not let this distract you, or you may just be focusing on this to get your mind off of just being backstabbed again. I mean, of just discovering maybe a sacrifice. I'm not going to sugarcoat this. This could be straight up betrayal. So, like, it's something to keep in mind. I'm not saying you're going to get betrayed, though, but I'm just saying, be mindful of how you move because, yeah, people are either just insanely jealous per usual, or they just want to see you trip up, or maybe they just don't like that you expose them. And so they just, Anyway, Libra, let's go. Underlying theme for you. Oh no, I dropped some cards. So more cap. Oh my gosh, stop. Be still, Libra. Be still. You're shaking around. You're moving everywhere. All right, Libra, what do we got? Yup, I had to drop that quick. We also got the Chariot for you. I really do need to shuffle the tables in Vegas. So, yeah, not surprisingly, Libra, you're busy. You and Virgo are busy. All right. Virgo has that opposite them, Saturn. Libra, you got the North Node in Chiron. But this is also victory. The underlying theme here is momentum gained from your willpower and determination. So just don't fuck it up. Just maintain the momentum. But we do have the 10 of Swords. Okay. All right. Libra, Virgo, what's up? What's happening? What's good? What's that? What is it? Why am I getting the 3 of Swords for Virgo and the 10 of Swords? The Lord of Ruin? Is it because y'all are winning? I don't understand. What's good? We need to talk about it. This is malicious. This is fucking malicious. I tried to sugarcoat for Virgo. I couldn't. Is it because people see you winning and they're just like, fuck that. I hate when Libra and Virgo win. Why are they flexing on this? Why are we seeing this? This is bad. This is very bad. This is really fucked up. The 10 of Swords is just outright destruction. All right. And this literally could be you just fucking someone's shit up. This could be you running someone over and killing them. This could be vehicular manslaughter. Okay. So that's what I'm just like, what the hell is going on? If you're a Libra Virgo, you need to update me. I'm just reading the card. What is this? Because the Ten of Swords is not looking pretty. I don't get the sense that it's something bad that's going to happen to you. Because I was saying the Three of Swords, Virgo, that could be you plunging the sword in something. So, like, what's up with that? Why is it that both of you got the Chariot and now this is just like car crash? You feel me? But like, no, if anything, I feel like this success is disillusioning you. I don't want to prey on it that it's just psychic attack, but I feel like the Chariot is once again this momentum gain to recent victory. I think it's going to really bring up detractors. I think it's going to do what it can to really with the Ten of Swords, you're ending a difficult way of thinking. That's the best I could do with you guys. I really hope I don't really think it's anything that has to be bad, but the Ten of Swords is bringing a definite end. This isn't death card transformation. It's definitely, I think, exposing a saboteur. I think Virgo is exposing a backstabber and Libra is exposing a saboteur, like someone who wants to really and see the tennis, it doesn't have to be bad though. This could be like something that ends abruptly and it only helps you focus more on what you're doing. Like that's a good thing with the underlying theme. Like that's what the underlying theme here is, for you to maintain momentum. So as far as these things don't stop your momentum, then whatever tried to go against you failed. That's really it. That's kind of how I see it. But just because these cards look abysmal and completely horrible doesn't mean that something bad will happen to you. All right. So Scorpio, I believe I was not being sarcastic there, but yes, Scorpio, boom. I'm very mind blown that we got such a similarity with Virgo and Libra. Like Libra was literally a step up from Virgo, from the 3 to the 10. That's ugly. That looks very ugly. I hope it's not as simple as just someone not wanting to see you win. Unless y'all were just flexing outrageously, but still, that's still overboard. That's still overboard. You know what I mean? Like it is. All right. Scorpio. The underlying theme for you is the Queen of Swords. Okay, this is the Libra woman who chops dudes' heads off. She is ruthless. Okay, I thought about that the other day. I was like, would I date a Libra woman? Because like they're beautiful and talented and all, but it's just like, imagine dating a woman who like, because with Gemini is always having sword battles with people. We're always having arguments like this is Gemini, like and then we sheathe our sword straight like that. You feel me? Like, you're wrong, I'm right. You know what I'm saying? Gemini woman and Gemini men can, fence with each other. But what happens when you're dating a Libra woman and like normally you're done in 3 strikes and the Kill Bills, thank you. Now she parrying my strikes like ting, ting, ting. And I'm like, what the fuck? Ting, 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 ting. What the fuck? How did you know I was going to do it? And then I try to figure out, ting. And then Libra women do this all the time. They put the sword to my neck like, I could have just killed you right now. And after you have the sword to your neck 3 times and they could have sliced you, it just hits different. How do you date a woman like that? You know what I'm saying? I usually run off the high of like, yeah, I'm smarter than you. How are you going to be more intelligent than me? The audacity. What kind of shit is that? I can't even play mind games with you. You're going to fucking like, oh, well, actually, listen, like, who told, like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? So, like, it is what it is. I never understood that. But yeah, that being said, okay, the Queen of Swords is very cutthroat. Literally cutthroat. Like, literally, look at that. Literally cutthroat. It's crazy. So, yeah, very independent focus here. I feel who got the Knight of Pentacles? They're coming, a Taurus is coming more grounded. You're coming more intellectual. Very cutthroat. Very Scorpio of you. And this is interesting because you're applying this focus towards your goals and your projects. You're not getting distracted. That's once again the theme of Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio I've seen so far. You're not getting distracted, where this is just a much more individual focus. This could also be legal advice from a cutthroat lady, but we do see the Five of Wands, Lord of Strife. So you have this cutthroat attitude. This is more so a pickup basketball game, a clash of egos. It's competitive, but it's not too serious. This could be competition. And with this mindset, you'll definitely stick out. This also usually could signify extracurricular activities that aren't necessarily, if this is a more future influence, you just have more time to really kind of like, come into this struggle, this experience. That's why it's a struggle card in the sense where in a game you're having to flex wills to see who wins. But yeah, it's still not anything too serious. But it's also a card of brainstorming. So this could be someone very powerfully focused you may brainstorm with and clash ideas or wills with. All right, little argument here, but still a lot of forward movement. Sagittarius or Swagatarius, or what you are, Sagittarius. Yeah. Yeah. The underlying theme that we have for you is the Hanged Man. Oh my God. Who did you kidnap this time, Sagittarius? Who did you kidnap and lock in your room so that they can tell you whatever secrets you're interrogating? Okay, never mind. So is there, blink 2 times if you need? I couldn't see you're blinking. So this is talking about a transformation of personality. Okay. Y'all be saying Gemini has multiple personalities. Sagittarius has multiple personalities depending on who they're with. Y'all just never figure it out. A lot of stuff y'all be blaming Gemini for. Who do you think these motherfuckers? But my bad. So basically, this is you surrendering all your personalities, and you're finally just sacrificing them all for the main God personality that you've been awakening. This is also you coming into a much more in tune facet of yourself that doesn't feel the need to like fight that fight. It's full surrender to your higher self. And this is saying you're coming into a changed perspective. The way you're going to enter this trans is not the way you're going to leave it, and that's going to require just letting go of what you may have felt like you needed to do. There's nothing for you to do or you need to do. And we have the Lord of Abundance. So just go out, have a drink. Okay, have fun. This is like a cocoon becoming a butterfly. It's like Odin sacrificing himself to become, the mortal to the immortal. But the Three of Cups is dope. This is definitely going to put you in an arena to celebrate your accomplishments as well as make genuine connections with people. Solid abundance. It's very fun. And I'm almost getting the sense it's like, stop trying to feel like you need to build an empire or work at this. Some of you already kind of got that. And you just want to chill. You want to chill. I hope that sounds very reckless and irresponsible because you really just want to have fun. And I'm not saying to really like have a crazy house party, but just enjoy what it is you have created to abundance. Literally surrender to that, and I think it's going to change your perspective on how to move forward. All right. So Capricorn, you know what I'm saying, Capricorn. All right, the underlying theme we have for you, Capricorn, okay, is the King of Pentacles. So I really like this because Taurus got the Knight of Pentacles. So Taurus's underlying theme is moving forward more practically, being able to manage large amounts of money. Capricorn, you're moving like a boss. Okay, this is definitely this is definitely a lot of money. This is definitely you maturing your investments and operating with the highest fiscal responsibility and intelligence, if that's a thing. And then we have the Eight of Cups. So some of you are going to walk away emotional investments that are just not worth it to you anymore. So, and this doesn't have to be negative. I feel like this could be you just deciding, you know what, I'm going to go on this travel to really feed my soul. And this could be intellectual, this could be physical. But some of you are walking the fuck away from something that's just mid to you now. Something you were excited about before, but it's just like, no, this is fucking boring. Or we're done. We're done. All right, Aquarius. Congratulations. Mars is in your sign. Yes. Oh my God. Yeah. What do we have for you? Well, the underlying theme is the Eight of Pentacles, money. The underlying theme here, Aquarius, is saying that the work you are putting in is of great quality, and all you have to do is just maintain that consistency. Your work is being watched, whether it feels like that or not. This is sustained employment, whether it's self employment or you are being hired. This is a great opportunity to find work that's meaningful to you. But I really like the overarching Sun and Virgo message that keep up the great work, because the consistency of that value is what's going to really look super good. And we have the Nine of Wands, the Lord of great strength. So your experience and determination and perseverance are keeping you through. I'm getting this especially if some of you feel like you're at your wit's end. Nine of Wands means that you're able to, work in very chaotic places that other people wouldn't be strong enough to work in. But it's also talking about you're not going to be finessed. You're very discerning. You've been there, done that. And the thing about this is, I feel like with this sense of determination and perseverance, it's saying that it is worth it to keep on working. It's worth it to keep on doing what you're doing, because this is definitely going to create more of that grit. And it's saying to apply this experience and not necessarily, you're definitely going to be very defensive over your work, because you're not stupid, and no one's about to play you. All right, Pisces, let's see what we got. Last but not least. All right. Okay. We have the Queen of Cups. So Scorpio got the Queen of Swords, because Scorpio is just cutthroat, But we got the Queen of Cups. You're like Bubbles in the Powerpuff Girl. You're just so sweet. You're bubbly. You're compassionate. Look at you caring about how other people feel, and they didn't even ask you. You're just so psychic. You're doing that strange thing you always do, about basically having a conversation with me about everything that I felt the other day before. Like, that wasn't the weirdest thing ever. Y'all have the audacity. I'm about to rant. Y'all have the audacity to do that shit and then make it seem like it was a whole coincidence. I literally be thinking about this for 2 days, and I had a major realization over where I should take my life. And now here you are having a conversation with me about exactly that within 5 minutes, in a small talk conversation. Like, you just basically summarized my life to 5 minutes, and it was exactly what I needed to hear. And it literally changed my life for the better. What is wrong with y'all? Why do y'all do this shit every fucking time? And it's just like, oh my, I'm sorry. It is what it is. It is what it is. But it's just like, wow. And then it's just the audacity for you to just say it just when we needed to hear it, right at how we needed to hear it. It's just like, what? Are you a fly in my wall? Like, all right, anyway, we do have the High Priestess, of course, fucking course. So y'all are just even more psychic. So not only are you in tune with your feelings and your emotions, you're just unreasonably psychic. So you're just basically intuiting exactly what people were thinking, and so this is saying you're aware of what you're doing. You're aware of what you're doing. You're aware of. I try to shoot bail for Pisces moons and risings. I was gonna be like, at least the Pisces moons, that's their soul. They can't help but be that way. The Pisces risings, they're an instrument of divinity. They just facilitate magic. You Pisces suns are aware of what you do, and I don't look at you the same. You're aware. Yeah, no. And now I'm starting to think even the risings and the moons, y'all are just unbearably psychic, and you're being psychic when you're being psychic. Who does that? Who knows they're being psychic as they're being psychic for other people? You're literally influencing people with your psychic abilities. This is ridiculous. Because you're so in touch, like the underlying thing with the Queen of Cups is because you trust your emotions, because you are too emotionally intelligent, you're going to work your intuition like it is a telephone app and you're gonna be commanding these synchronicities. Like you'll definitely have more occurrences where it's like, damn, I wonder what happened on the news yesterday. And then your friend opens the door. Hey, this is what happened on the news yesterday. This is like crazy shit. And that was a horrible analogy. But like, yes, okay. That was very powerful. All right. Y'all are too psychic for school. And then we have the last reading for everybody. Okay. All right. Okay. This is for you. All right. We have the Eight of Pentacles. Keep up the great work. And we have the Six of Cups. It's time to feel great. The pleasure. It's time for you to come into some pleasure. This is a soulmate card. This is off the heels of your meaningful work, the consistency. It's time for you to step into what you love. And like some of you, pleasure is fleeting. It's like, that was nice. What if this was consistently a part of your everyday? Well, congratulations. You guys stay blessed as always. And until next time, peace.